Hi everybody, it's Melody here, and I'm going to share with you a reading from my book, Step on That Corn, From Job to Boss, Starting a Business from Scratch. And I don't know if this is something you can relate to. Maybe there's times in your business where you just go into a massive slump. You're just unmotivated, don't want to do anything, and it's all about your mind, what's going on up here. This has been me over the weekend. Yesterday had an absolute few days, and you're entitled to have some days as well. It happens to us all. And I talk about your health and well-being in my book. In fact, chapter 12 is entitled Helping People Manage Their Mental Health. And this is really, really important in business, because you can't have a negative mindset or an unhealthy mindset affecting you in your business. Because if I allowed what's going on up here to take over, it means nothing would ever get done. Well, yes, breathe into it, be loving to yourself. Remember, there's things you need to do as well. This is what I have to say. And part of this chapter, Helping People Manage Their Mental Health, is called Move to a Positive State of Thinking. A positive frame of mind can be a really potent asset, because in business there may be setbacks or problems, and you need to have the mental resilience to deal with them. The more positive your way of thinking is, the more likely it is you're going to overcome problems quicker than people with a negative view of life. For some, if there's a problem, it quickly becomes a state of overwhelm, and they give up instead of trying to think more creatively on how to solve them. If your life is in a constant state of chaos and disorganization, it's harder to find focus. A prepared and positive mind is a focused mind. How do you reset those tightly ingrained patterns of self-belief? You have to believe you can do so for a start. You have to stop being reliant on other people for everything and remove yourself from the cycle of blame. It's easy to blame others when your meeting or your day does not go well, but every action has its cause and effect. You can't be in control of everything which happens to you, but you can decide to change how you think about it. How resilient are you? Do you resist change, or are you the change? How far will you go to find different and alternative activities? If you have a problem, how do you solve it? Or do you hope it will go away and sort itself out? You have to keep moving forward and planning towards your future. Setbacks happen even to the most successful people. The difference is successful people focus on what works, or they fix or improve whatever is not working so well, but are still relevant and beneficial to their needs. More importantly, they don't allow themselves to be bogged down with unnecessary distractions. Are you in the negativity loop right now? It's easy for you to tell yourself you can't, but why don't you change the dialogue? Tell yourself you can. Consider all the things once deemed impossible, and yet now they are commonplace. They are possible. Do you dare to dream of better and to believe you can have more? Some of the most unlikely people have been successful in areas no one ever thought they could. They've overcome adversity, difficulties, and struggles simply because they used their imagination, belief, and vision to make the dreams they wanted reality. How you think and your mindset is molded in you from a young age. Most children want to go everywhere and explore. Then they're told not to. You're told you should conform, fit in and follow the crowd. Is this you? If you fly in the other direction, there's a chance you may find different answers, opportunities and experiences. See the possibilities, not the impossibilities. A friend of mine, Elaine Godley, survived her cancer and she discusses her cancer journey in her book. She didn't accept conventional treatment. She's always looking for new answers and approaches to her health, which are holistic and more in tune with her body. Following a conventional approach means you'll never find the alternatives. Do you ever think about how you love and care for yourself? How you respond and react can be because of your need to be loved. But firstly, you need to love yourself, because to give or receive love in every aspect cannot happen if you don't put yourself and your needs first. You can't love yourself either if you're always putting yourself into situations or allowing yourself to be in a situation where it's causing you to be harmed, whether physically or mentally. What dialogues do you have with your inner self? What do you say to yourself? Listen to the dialogue you play to yourself. Are there signs showing that all is not right? What you say to yourself today is a repetition of what you've already said to yourself yesterday and each day before. If it's a negative dialogue, then what does it say about how you think about yourself? It's like when you drive a car. Anyone who drives will tell you, you don't actually think about a lot of the actions you take as you drive. You don't have to stop to think about how you're going to change gears. You do it automatically. If you're taking the same route, chances are you don't even think about it. When you change lane, once more, you do it automatically. It's the same with negative thought processes. If you ever stop yourself or pause and take note, if you actually analyse what you say or think to yourself, you may notice those little dialogues you keep having with yourself are affecting the way you think and feel about yourself and your life in general. Look at the outcomes every time you're feeling negative, down, upset, angry, moody, hurt, or whatever it is. If it's the same, then you've got to start changing your responses and start treating yourself differently. Stop, acknowledge it, work it through, and then rationalize it. You can't always control what happens, but you can control your response, because your response can either make your mood worse or better. There is a bit more on that, but I'm going to stop there, and I hope that's really whetted your appetite to get yourself a copy of the book if you haven't already. And if you think Step in That Corn from Dr. Boz Starting Business from Scratch is a book which would be useful to yourself or someone else that you know, please do recommend it to them, ask them to buy a copy, and to share a good review as well on Amazon, because that's what makes good books reach more people. And I wrote this book to help people like me starting a business, didn't have a clue, and all the things that kind of get in your way when you start a business, because it's important. My mindset has radically evolved over the past 10 years, because my business is now 10 years old. It doesn't seem possible. I started it not knowing anything about business. And the thing is, if I hadn't changed the mindset, one, the business wouldn't have happened, but two, it wouldn't have survived either, because I've just given up. And that's why it's important to find the stories and experiences of other people just like you going on that journey, to help you realize that actually you're doing really well and there's light at the end of the tunnel. If I can survive 10 years in business, you definitely can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Make sure you get yourself a copy of the book. Stay safe, stay happy, and thank you for watching.